let's grab our basic instructions before leaving Earth, and let's see what the Creator, Father God, has in store for us today. Okay, I'm sorry, but my iPad ran out of room, so I'm having to start on the other one. Alright, while that was downloading and everything, we're going to go on and we're going to look. I'm going to read this again, so that just in case it didn't get it all, because I did not go back and listen to it. I'm letting the Lord lead me on how He wants me to explain how they came about and what they are about. Okay. So in Jeremiah 3 and 8, and I saw when for all the let me start over, please. And I saw when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and gave her a bill of divorcement. Yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also. Now, okay, let's backtrack. So now we have Moses, and Moses took all the people out of Egypt. And Moses went into the mountains, and he got the 10 Commandments written with the finger of God. Now I'm going to tell you, that is something that would most indefinitely be a sign to say that there is a true God, because it was written with His own finger. So now we are in Exodus and 20, and we're going to look at 1, and I don't know where I'm going to stop, but I'm going to stop where I need to end. God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Now I'm going to tell you, if you turn to Him, He will take you out of the house of bondage. You, in your mind, if you have the world view, you think you are free. But you're not even free until you get this freedom from the Lord. Then I'm going to tell you, you got freedom. May not be the freedom you think it is, but you got freedom. And I can feel it. And I love it. I'm loving it now. Alright. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. You don't want anything. I don't care what it is. If you put it in front of God, you're going to lose it. Alright. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I am the Lord thy God, and I am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and to the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me, and show mercy to thousands of them that love me, and keep my commandments. Now, if you keep His commandments, He knows you love Him. Now, I have to say that most people believe that the Sabbath is Saturday. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that was another deceit that Satan had thrown at you. Do what?
Saturday ain't the Sabbath.
Did I say it? I'm sorry. Let's backtrack. Saturday is the Sabbath. Sunday is not. I'm sorry. That's my mistake. I don't know why that came in there. I don't like that. I'm going to take me a long break before I get started on this again when I stop. Alright. So, Satan came in and said, we're going to change the day. In Daniel, there's a verse that says that he changed the time and law. So he took the Saturday, which was God's created day, for you to rest and to worship him. And Sunday is the sun god. Okay? Jupiter, Saturn, however you want to call it. It's the one and the same. You're not worshiping the real creator on a Sunday. You are worshiping the false. Okay. We have went through from the beginning of time, and we're going to skip, and as we skip, things have kept on going. Now, I have to say, there is way too many things to say on this short time. But however, I am going to go and I'm going to try to do some of the best that I can. I will not be able to cover it all, but yes, I am still on exactly the Freemasons and the Illuminati, but I am showing it through God's eyes, not my eyes. Sure, we didn't cover the Tower of Babel, which where a lot of it came from. The governing of it came from the Tower of Babel, which is Nimrod. And he has other names as well. But however, we went to war, and I'm going to jump it forward and trying to give you some kind of leeway into how we got where we are today. Pretty well much the world back then, before we went into it with the Holocaust and, Schindler's List, trying not to say the word, but I probably already have them say the words, with Hitler. Okay, Hitler, he took control. Hitler had people, oh God, here we go. They took babies, and they experimented on babies. They took pregnant women that were fixing to have babies, and they tied their legs together so the baby could not come out. And I'm only telling you the good parts. I ain't telling you the bad. This is a good part. The ending thereof, the mother and the baby died. They took children, you could name their age, and they experimented on them. And that's as deep as I'm going to go. I cannot find not one thing to tell you that is a light matter when it comes to a child. Okay, and in the meantime, while he's doing all this mean stuff, it kind of gives you the picture of the way Hitler was. He was an evil man. And yes, I believe that he did some of the things that that the Jews say. However, they do stretch it. But now let's go back into some of the things that he did. He did things like today we call it MK Ultra. It's mind control. And you're like, I'm not mind controlled. Well, take someone that woke up and can see the truth and wanting to pass the truth on and wake you up into what is going on and what it's about. Yes, I'm doing it all in a nutshell. Trey Smith. You have, believe it or not, your movies, the media, you talk about songs, and I am including Hillsong or any of your religious songs. If you want to listen to great gospel music, I would go back in the olden days to your grandparents, and then you got some great music for the Lord. Pull out psalms and sing songs, psalms. And if you want to sing to the Lord, have things come out of your heart to Him. You would not believe that the beautiful things that I have had come through my head just singing to the Lord. For no reason. I'd be driving down the road. I'd be working in the shed out there sewing. And I would sing the most beautiful songs to Him. But when I come to put them on paper, I cannot put it on paper. It is just between me and Him. And I am so happy for that. Because He deserves all the praise and glory. Now, the MK Ultra thing, you can go and look the stuff on up yourself. But however, let me get you a name. Okay, let me see if I can give you a definition. MK Ultra Mind Control.
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Project MK Ultra, called the CIA Mind Control Program, is the code name given to a program of experiments on human subjects that were designed and undertaken by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency.
Okay. Look up Kathy O'Brien. She was very fortunate to leave the mind control, and she's letting everyone know it's very old videos. I have not kept up with it. I do not see the need in myself keeping up with it because I already know, and I gotten deep into it, and it is coming back on me again because it has a lot to do with what I am learning now. And I'm not going to go into this learning now. You cannot even wrap your head around what I know. And let me tell you, I want to cry. I want to cry so bad. Okay, let's see if I can kind of show you in this way. You have a child, and your child comes up to you and say, I want to go to this party. And you say, I don't think you ought to go to this party. It's not going to be a good party. They have too much drugs and alcohol there, and you do not need to go. Look, I'm going to do what I want to do. Okay, son, you go right on ahead, and you go and you do what you want to do. Now I want you to look at it this way. You are, and I'm not meaning this, I'm just showing you, you are God, and the child is Satan. No, he is not the child of God. I'm just paraphrasing it, giving you a parable. Okay, so this kid goes on to this party, and he gets into drinking and smoking pot, and he's even shooting up, and he's taking pills, and the next thing you know it, this child is in the hospital near death. Now I want you to think about it being the same identical way between God and the Son. But however, the Son makes it through, and the Son learns that he should listen to his Father because he knew what would happen before it happened. But the Father let it happen anyway. Now let's look at it this way. Now in the end, Satan is going to die. He's going into the pits of hell, and he's going to be there. And there's nothing. Look, he's the only one that has his obituary already open. It's already written, and it's going to go through. It's his obituary. So this is one way that maybe you can look at what is going on. I know y'all are saying, what does this have to do with the Illuminati and all this? I'm giving it to you from the Bible view. I'm not going to try to give it to you from the world view. God is not the author of confusion. And the worldview wants to give you the confusion of it all. And I have not even touched the surface. And I probably never will. But I'm going to do my best to talk about what I can. And I will know. God will let me know when it is ready for you guys to be able to handle it over what is being said now. I haven't touched it. I'm just trying to get you to open your eyes. Okay, so now we're going to go and we're going to go look at the Revelation, the times that we are in now. And I'm going to start with number 1, chapter 1. The revelations of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angels unto his servant John, who bore record of the word of God and of the testimony of Jesus Christ, and all things that he saw. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the word of this prophecy, and keep those things which were written therein, for the time is at hand. Now, he goes in to all these churches. And now, all these churches, he says, I'm going to take the candle out. And I'm going to if you go and you do your research on the candles, and you look what light. I'm just going to go right there. This is small. I can handle it. Light. Jesus Christ is the light of the world. He is saying, I'm going to take my light and we are going to go because you are not following what I want you to. Well, remember, in chapter 1, and he says, readeth that hear the word of prophecy and keep those things which were written therein, for the time is at hand. So you need to read what he wants and do what he wants, or he's going to take his light. And when you take his light, which is another tidbit up, it's the Holy Spirit. Not a ghost, it's a spirit. I know what the Bible says. I've read it. It is a spirit. God is a spirit. He had to get off the face of this earth because the evil was so bad. Now think about this. if God was to have stayed here? Would it not have rubbed off on him too? What would happen then? He said, I'm smarter than this. I ain't going to let this happen. I'm getting out of here. Okay. So as you go through and you read the book of Revelations, you're going to find out that you've got 7 vials, 7 candlesticks, and something else.
7 angels God, right?
There's 7. There's 3 types of 7.
Yeah.
Okay? Y'all can go look at that. This is what is being revealed. And each one of them, the first one you'll probably have the, you got a vial, a scroll, and a trumpet. Now, each one of them, like the vial opens, a seal opens, the trumpet blows. And the next thing you know it, a vial, a seal, a trumpet, and it keeps on like that. So far, that's what I am seeing. But now I could be wrong. I'm just telling you what I see. And this is the things that being revealed. Okay. So, now we're going to go here, and he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in his forehead, in his right hand, or in his forehead, that no man might buy or sell, or that he that had the mark of the beast, the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So that's 666. Everybody knows that. But however, now this, look, for it to get to this point, there has got to be people that is behind this. It is a number of a man. Plain and simple. It ain't no demon. It's a man. So there's someone behind that. And this is where you get your Illuminati and Freemasons. This is their goal, is to kill, steal, and destroy everybody. Now, here's a little, y'all, you might say, but you hadn't talked about them. You haven't said anything about them except for, I'm telling you what the Bible, yes, I'm telling you. Cain is the child of the serpent. Therefore, his children are on this earth. Let me go find you another Bible verse. Alright, now, I am one that I say you have to put the Bible in a whole. It has to be together. You can't just take one verse and say, this is the gospel. No, what does it say before it and what does it say after it? So, I'm going to show you that the Illuminati, Freemasons, and that bunch come from Cain. And they are the ones that are behind everything that is going on. Okay? So I'm going to go to John 8, and I'm going to read the whole entire chapter, or until I can quit, because I could not find just part of it. So in other words, Jesus wants you to read this in a whole so you can understand more. Okay? So here we go. And Jesus went to the Mount of Olives. And early in the morning he came again to the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. And the scribes and the Pharisees brought unto them a woman taken in adultery. And when they set her in the midst, they said unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. All right, now so they seen that this was right in the act of this woman. Now let's look at the woman as being the Israelites. Let's look at this Jew as being the creator. You're doing the same thing this woman done. You have left the creator side and you went and committed adultery. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou? Now, if you go back, yes, you're supposed to be stoned. Look what God did to Sodom and Gomorrah. He stoned them. There is most definitely a full teaching on it. Alright, this they said, tempting him. You should not never tempt God, that they might have to accuse him. But Jesus stooped down with his finger and wrote on the ground as though he heard them not. Oh my God, I did a study on that. Oh my gosh. I wish I could remember it. I really do. I could tell you what Jesus wrote in the sand. I really could. I could tell you. Okay, so when they continued, asked him, and lifted up himself, and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him cast the first stone at her. So, look, you left my father, and you wanted to go, and you wanted to be with Satan. Okay, so Christ was saying, you didn't want the Creator. You wanted to take Satan's side. So really, you need stones thrown at you, not this woman. Okay? I am not saying it's okay to go out and screw everybody you see. No. No. Alright, now. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground, and they which heard it began conversating by their own consciousness, whatever, went out one by one, being at the eldest, even to the least. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. Now, I want to point out that when it's all said and done, it's just going to be you and him from your adultery. Now, like I was saying, when it comes right down to it, it's just going to be you and him. Nobody else. And you're the one that's going to have to stand up for what you have done and be judged. Now, the thing of it is, do you want to be judged on Cain's line of generations? Or do you want to be judged on would be Seth's generations? Now, because Cain is dead and Abel had Seth. Eve had Seth. I'm getting confused here. But can you understand where I'm coming to so far? If I have to make another one, I will. Because I feel like that people need to see what's going on. Okay, like I was saying, you're going to be alone with Jesus Christ, and you're going to have to be judged by what you do. I'm sorry for all these interruptions. Believe it or not, they're really bothering me. It's like I get in the spirit and then I have to jump out of it. So God, leave me alone. Let me alone. Alright, number 10. And when Jesus had lifted up himself and saw none of the woman, but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are thine accusers? Hath no man condemned thee? You do not want men to condemn you. And believe it or not, you have men on this earth that wants to condemn you every time you turn around. And they will put things in front of you to make it that way. Why do you think they do not take the porn off the internet? Or how about all these killings off the internet? And you got so much sin on TV. You got it in the news. You got it on the internet. Why do they not do that? They are putting a stumbling block in front of you, every one of us, even me. And that is put out by the Freemasons, the Illuminati. And I am not done now, but I have to change because I'm running out of time.